Today we're gonna have fun in San Antonio. We'll take a Segway tour around downtown, including the San Fernando Cathedral, the Alamo, and the Riverwalk. We'll have lunch at the Pearl District, visit a cave without a name, have fun with friends, and then hightail it back to Florida. I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV. Yeah. In the spirit of full disclosure, I am here doing a series for Sun Outdoors called Around the Sun with Traveling Robert for their YouTube channel, so while they're not technically a sponsor, they did comp my stay here and paid for most of the activities. With that out of the way, well, here we are at Sun Retreats, San Antonio West, and yeah, as you saw, they were taking some videos of, or maybe you didn't see, I think the camera crashed. Anyway, they were taking some videos of hitching and doing the hookups. And even though we have a pretty big tree here, Starlink seems to be working. Well, let's see how much I can film these 3 days we're gonna be here. 2.5 days in San Antonio. And then it's kind of like the beeline back east. Good morning. We are now descending upon downtown San Antonio, and today again, this has been a trip of firsts. I'm gonna get on a Segway for the first time. We're doing a Segway tour, a historic tour of San Antonio, which is a cool town. Last night was a lot of fun. Actually, we met up with Jason and Misty, and good conversation. And now we're doing this, and yeah, this is the tail end of our trip here to the west. San Antonio is a city that feels old in a good way. It's got character. Parking downtown close to the Segway place might be an issue. Here we have a garage, 6'8", 1 inch to spare. Ooh, that felt really close. Oh, here we go. At the beginning, it is a little hard to get the hang of it, but eventually I got it.
Then you're gonna stay together, guys. Don't let the gaps get too big. A little faster up the ramp. A little faster. There you go.
Oh, we're by the Riverwalk. We stop at several spots to learn about the history, and there's Bracken filming me. Here he's telling us the story of Texas chili.
People always get confused. They think Texas chili is made with beans. It's not. We make it separately because the beans, we use breakfast, lunch, and dinner all day, every day down here. The chili, you should always use to make other dishes. Enchiladas or a Frito pie. Any of you ever had a Frito pie before? Did you know Frito pie started in San Antonio? You know why? Because Fritos started in San Antonio. That's why they're called fritos, fried.
This is San Fernando Cathedral. This is the oldest cathedral in the state of Texas, being built in 1731. The only cathedral that beats ours is the one in New Orleans. That one is 2 weeks older than this one. That cross that you see right there, that's the center of the city, mile 0. It doesn't matter where you put in your GPS. You can put Little Rock, Arkansas, LA, Las Vegas, San Antonio. San Antonio begins the cross on this church.
Here at the main plaza, we're going to dismount from our Segways, remove our hats and helmets, and visit the church. It is a magnificent structure. Even though the original church is much older, it wasn't until 1868 that it was expanded into this Gothic behemoth. In 2003, the altar was moved outside of the sanctuary, closer to the center of the nave, as part of a major renovation intended to enhance the Mass experience. The outstanding stained glass windows were added in 1920, the last of the original enhancements before the 2003 restoration. The original walls from the 18th century nowadays form the sanctuary. Here's an image of Virgin of Candelaria, also known as La Morenita. Here's a closer close-up of the main altar. Once again, the magnificent stained glass windows. Here we have an altar dedicated to the Virgin of Guadalupe, patron saint of Mexico. Okay, let's continue. I think they're waiting for us outside. By the way, they do have a light show on the facade at night. Seems to be very good.
Let me see if I can get myself dizzy here.
First shot was good though.
Well, that's the oldest and the largest functioning courthouse in the state of Texas, Bexar County. The X is silent. If you say Bexar, you will not get discounts since we know you're not from here. Okay? Bear is just a Roman word that means beehive. See how there's little honeycombs here in the bottom? What look like 2 bees right out of them?
He's full of anecdotes, like the story behind all these locks. It is the tradition, after people get married, they put a lock here and throw the keys in the river. Some people even come every year with a new lock to renew their vows. Of course, he made the joke about bringing a combination lock. Where have we heard that before? Oh, I remember this area. It is called La Villita, the little village in Spanish. It is all these artisan shops right here next to the Riverwalk. It is actually San Antonio's oldest neighborhood. And I think this is our bathroom break. Let me tell you, a Segway tour is a great way to see the city. Here he points out the original adobe construction behind the plexiglass.
Like I said, the city stuccoed these homes to retain the form, but they put a piece of plexiglass like this so you can see the original adobe. So it's pretty nice, okay?
Here we are at the Arneson River Stage on the Riverwalk, and the 5 bells representing the 5 missions. And there's that modular-built Hilton Palacio del Rio, a great innovation at the time of its construction in 1968. At this point, we separated from the rest of the group so that I could do an interview, which never actually made it to the final cut. Our guide, Robert, by the way, great guy, super funny and knowledgeable. There's the Tower of the Americas in the distance. Not visiting this time around, but from up there you get a commanding view of the city.
Southtown. This is where all the locals go to get away from all the tourists. Or restaurants.
Right, that building right there, guys, it's the heaviest building moved in the world according to Guinness Book of World Records. It used to be right next to that Marriott down there. It took 6 days to move. They moved it in 5. Okay, they were popping bottles, high-fiving, like, hell yeah. And then the owner was like, it's backwards. So it took them a whole day to turn it around. And then they were popping bottles again, okay?
Next, we're going to the most famous landmark in this town, the Alamo. Remember the Alamo? I've been there twice before actually, but they only let you take photos on the outside. And this was the unfortunate moment when a gentleman fell off his Segway.
Oh shoot.
Thankfully, there were no injuries, so the tour continues. Of course, I'm just doing a condensed version of the tour here. This monument, by the way, called the Torch of Friendship, a gift from the Mexican government to the city.
I got you guys, you're good.
How about some ambient sound for a change?
Watch the pedestrian. It's narrow around here.
Yeah, we've got some construction going on. I'm so glad that by now I've gotten the hang of this Segway. Anyway, there it is.
Oh, it's the Alamo.
What, you thought it was bigger?
Now the only parts of the Alamo that are still here from the battle are the Alamo itself being a rectangle.
He's pointing out that that is the Selena Bridge. You know, from the movie about Selena Quintanilla, the queen of Tejano music who was assassinated in 1995.
There it is, that's a Selena Bridge. Right there. I'm really getting the hang of this.
All good things come to an end, and this is pretty much the end of our Segway tour. Next, we're going to the Pearl District for lunch.
Check it out, like a glove. I don't see any no parking signs, so I guess we're cool to park here. And I'm like a block away from where we're going. Well, here we are. This is the Pearl District. And as you know, we've been to San Antonio a couple of times, but this is one of those areas that we had never been to before. So let's check it out. Oh, check it out, brewery that way. That's where we're supposed to go, okay. I'm just famished. Yeah, I think we're lost, but it says food hall over there, so I don't know.
I think this is where we're going to eat. Southerly, located inside the old historic brewery. The building was abandoned and neglected for many, many years. It is such a photogenic building.
It is called the Standard IPA. So cheers. that chicken was outstanding. Now let's continue.
We're invited to see the brewery in action.
Well, that was very cool, outstanding meal here at Southerly. And now I'm gonna head back to Sun Outdoors and take a break. Relax for a little bit.
Let's turn around and have one final look at the Pearl.
Well, good morning. Today's our last day of filming here in San Antonio, Texas, and we're going to the cave without a name or something like that. We're going to be joined by our friends Jason and Misty. So let's get underway.
It's a beautiful morning in San Antonio. First, we're going to Black Rifle Coffee, a favorite of our friends Jason and Misty. Besides coffee, they also sell guns and ammo. I was gonna say only in Texas, but then again in Perry, Florida, we have a pharmacy that sells ammo as well, so... Anyway, now that we're properly caffeinated, let's go see the cave. Anyway, here we are. Let's find parking.
Well, today we're really going beyond the Riverwalk and the missions, and you know, there's a lot more to see and do in San Antonio. And we're here at the creatively named Cave Without a Name. Let's see what it's all about. Going down into the Earth's crust.
Oh, we're going pretty deep.
Feels like we're going down into the center of the Earth. Oh, check it out. We're getting some rock formations back here.
We're descending about 90 feet into the Earth. And one cool thing is that no matter what the temperature is at the surface, here it remains at 66 degrees Fahrenheit or 19 Celsius, a natural air conditioner, which makes it even cooler. The guide is a virtual encyclopedia of knowledge about the cave. Apparently, there was even a bootlegging operation here during Prohibition.
Yeah, this is the general area where they had a steel, you know. This was a bootlegging cave. They were making moonshine in here, or something similar.
And we have reached the bottom. Hard to believe this has slowly been carved by water over the course of centuries, even millennia.
It is getting a bit dark down here.
The tunnel was blasted out. And
The original entrance to the cave.
one, all the places all the different types of cave formations based on the wall.
Okay.
Here's a close-up.
Wow.
So this,
Not much water in the center, but it comes down on the edge, and when it evaporates, it's building the formation. See on the bottom, see a little drop of water there? Is it better with light on or not? Yeah, light on. Is that good?
that's perfect.
Yeah, the hot spot in the center of the light destroys it. Where they've been broken. But that's just a nice close-up, and all these back in here have been here a long time. They have a coating of mud. So they were there when the cave was full of water. And watch, the best is if you're on that side, the best light. This is the white grapes.
Oh, wow.
And how it grows, why, who knows, like all the rest of it. I just probably films better with the natural light. And this also is pretty awesome formation. And there's interesting stuff in the ceiling everywhere. Casper lives up there. Do you know that?
What's this?
Casper.
Casper the Ghost?
Yeah, that's where Casper lives. See, there's brand new there, Christian really old. I just like to have dates for some of this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, but I love that. It looks like an alien or something.
The big one is modern art.
Modern art. I'd see all kinds of stuff in the rocks. But
I had no idea this cave was here, totally under the radar. I can't help but compare it with Carlsbad Caverns in a smaller scale.
as I was saying, I always thought Carlsbad Caverns were like all caverns put into one. But this is like the miniature version of Carlsbad. It's everything concentrated in this room here, which is pretty big. This is a pretty big room right here. I'm so pleasantly surprised about this place. This is incredible. Oh, apparently they do concerts in here. There you go. That's the acoustics are great in here.
I believe they call this one the Leaning Tower of Texas. This one kind of looks like a manatee or a hippo. Such exquisite detail. Nature is definitely the best sculptor. Those almost look like teeth.
tell you, but just in case you didn't notice, we are joined by our friends Jason and Misty on this tour. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Man, are you
This is
pleasantly
really-
surprised by
absolutely.
this?
Nature at its best.
Getting to hang out with you while you're on a film tour and stuff
Hey,
right now
yeah.
is so cool.
Took a group picture and now we're slowly heading
that's
out.
cool.
Yeah, send it to Robert so we can get it.
Jason, of course, you might remember, he's a pilot and he took me flying around San Antonio and even Pelicamp once. We've known each other for a few years now.
Now, as we came down, we must go back up. Yeah, what goes down must go back up.
I'm definitely taking my time because I don't have a choice.
Oh, there you go. There's light at the end of the tunnel.
Okay, yeah, I know you're still working.
Oh no, we're trapped in here. Oh no, we're not. And we have emerged, definitely exceeded our expectations here. Now, on to the next destination.
This is the view from the top, looking into the cave. Let's go back to San Antonio. But first, let's check out the campground. Yes, they do have one, kind of rustic, but not bad. Not bad at all. We'd definitely have to spend more time in hill country. I mean, if it wasn't so expensive, I would be thinking about a Pelicamp somewhere around here. But we're not quite there yet. I'm gonna have to make a lot more videos for that. We're going to a very touristy part of town, and while Jason and Misty are locals, I'm totally unapologetically a tourist in this town. I'm not even gonna pretend to live like a local. I love the Riverwalk, even though that's not where we're going. This here is the historic market square, and I think all we're really gonna do here is go to one of the restaurants and have some Mexican food.
And here we are once again with Jason and Misty back in downtown San Antonio, and we're gonna do some kind of Tex-Mex food tour. Here we are. Here we are at La Margarita, and guess what we're gonna, well, we're gonna have some Mexican because that's what you do. With Jason, Misty, and the rest of the crew. There you go. Are you in frame? Are you in frame now? There you go. Cheers. It's called a Magnifica Margarita, so it is magnificent.
I gotta be honest, not the best carnitas I've ever had, not by a long shot. But a place like this is all about the ambience, right? Well, it's not even a Mexican song.
And that was it. We just said goodbye to our friends of Sun Outdoors, and that was the end of this portion of the trip. But we still have to drive back to Miami. I might have to hire a chauffeur or something. I don't know. All right.
Thanks, Robert.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for hanging out.
Absolutely.
It was
It was
great,
a lot of fun.
great seeing you guys
Yeah,
again.
buddy.
Yes.
Alrighty. Now, tomorrow morning, it's I-10 all the way to Mississippi.
Last night we had a farewell campsite, but sometimes what happens in San Antonio stays in San Antonio.
And it is here at the Pelly Camp that we conclude this epic adventure to the west. Until the next one, thank you so much for watching, and see you on the road. Yeah, everything's growing back.
Riding in my